ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहनाववतु
ॐ सहनाववतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम्।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदोक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन्
सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन्
प्रकाश उपजायते
प्रकाशोपजायते
ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्यात्
ज्ञानै यदा तदा विद्यात्
विवृतं सत्त्वमित्युत
विद्यं सत्त्वमित्युत
लोभः प्रवृत्तिरारम्भः
लोभः प्रवृत्तिरारम्भः
कर्मणामशमस्पृहा
कर्मणामशमस्पृहा
रजस्येतानि जायन्ते
रजस्येतानि जायन्ते
विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ
विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च
प्रमादो मोह एव च
प्रमादो मोह एव च
तमस्येतानि जायन्ते
तमस्येतानि जायन्ते
विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन
विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन
यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु
यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु
प्रलयं याति देहभृत् तदोत्तमविदान् लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते रजसि प्रलयं गत्वा कर्मसङ्गीषु जायते
कर्मसङ्गीषु जायते
तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि
तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि
मूढयोनिषु जायते
मूढयोनिषु जायते
कर्मणः सुकृतस्याहुः सात्विकं निर्मलं फलम्
सात्विकं निर्मलं फलम्
रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम्
रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम्
अज्ञानं तमसः फलम् सत्त्वात् संजायते ज्ञानम् रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमादमोहौ तमसः भवतो ज्ञानमेव च ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जगन्यगुणवृत्तस्थाः
जगन्यगुणवृत्तस्थाः
अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः
अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारम्
नान्यं
गुणेभ्यः
कर्तारम्
यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति
यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति
गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति
गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति
मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति
मद्भावमोऽधिगच्छति 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhagayoho, the classification of the gunas, is called 14th chapter. In 11th verse, we have seen what is the indication when Sattva Guna is born. So Bhagavan, we have seen, but Bhagavan has said, Sarvadvareshu asmin dehe, in this body, Sarvadvareshu mean in all sense organs, Prakashaha upajayate. When they are brilliant, when they are alert, it's called Prakashaha upajayate. If sense organs are dull, we cannot have knowledge. That's why Prakashaha upajayate means when they are bright, when they are active and alert, Tada Gnanam Vivrudham Vidyat. So Tadat Gnanam Vidyat. At that time we have to understand now knowledge will take place. And when knowledge is there, Sattvam Vivrudham. So it is, we can understand now Sattva Guna is increased. And what are the indication of Rajoguna? So Bhagavan says, Lobha Pravrittihi Karmanam Arambha. So Lobha Pravrittihi Karmanam Arambha Ashamaha Spruha. Lobha, greed, Pravrittihi, physical restlessness, Karmanam Arambha, any undertake different activities, Ashamaha, when mind is not tranquil, we can say at mental level, restlessness and spruha, too much longing, these all are the indication, etani rajasi jayante. They are born when rajoguna are there and vivruddhe also, and they are increased also in rajoguna. 13th, we have seen aprakashaha, apravrittihi, pramadaha, mohaha. Aprakashaha, dullness, apravrittihi, no any feelings to do any type of activity, pramadaha, negligence, mohaha, delusion. Etani, this all characteristic of these attributes, tamasi jayante, they are born in tamoguna is predominant, in vivruddhe also they are increased in tamoguna. That we have seen now Bhagavan. This also we have seen 14th verse of 14th chapter. If person is dies when Sattva Guna is predominant, what will happen? So yada sattve pravruddhetu. So when yada sattve pravruddhe, so when Sattva Guna is predominant, and Bhagavan says Dehavrut. The meaning of Dehavrut means the embodiment which available in the body, Pralayam Yati. It dies, he or she dies, or literally we can say goes to physical dissolution. There is a, last time we have discussed one thing, what are the, there is a one I have mentioned, I have shared also in our group. There are one website, it's called upasanayoga.org. In this is everything is given. Suppose yada sattve pravruddhetu. If we see, this is yada sattve pravruddhetu pralayam yati dehabhrut tadottama vidan lokan amalan pratipadyate. So here everything translation is given. By phase they have given, and grammatically they have given everything. What is the meaning of yada to sattva pravruddhe? Everything is given grammatically, and then bhashya. Bhashya also they have given exactly. Very beautiful this website. So Upasana yoga.org, it's written by Alan. He was with us. This is the best website to study. So Dehabhrut pralayam yati, a person who's embodied, that person pralayam yati, that person dies, then what will happen to that person? Tada, then uttam vidan amalan lokan, they will get pratipadyate, they will get or goes to amalan lokan. Amalan means there is no impurities. Lokan means words. And this words, Uttam Vidam, it is a famous by great people, Uttam Vidam, one who knows great thing, such people. So local people, they don't understand there is a Bhuha, Bhuha, Sava, Swaha, Maha, Janas, Tapas, Satyam. That's why Uttam Vidam. Vidam means Uttam Vit. Uttamavit means Uttam Vetim. It is called Uttamavit. So one who knows greatest thing is called Uttam Vidan. So these people, one who knows get such Amalan Lokan Pratipadyate. That person who is predominant when dies at the predominant of Sattva Guna will get pure Loka. There is no impurities given by Uttam Vidam. And there is no much translation given by Shankaracharya ji. So he says, Yada Sattve Pravruddhe. The meaning is Yada means when, Sattve means Sattva Guna, Pravruddhe. Shankaracharya is given synonym is Udbhute, is predominant. Tu, whereas Pralayam means Maranam Yati. A person dies, Pratipadyate, that person will get who? Dehabhrut, who are embodying, has one Deham Vibharti, one who has the body is called Dehabhrut, and who is inside Atma. Here the Atma is called Jivatma. This Jivatma who is available in the body, that Jivatma tada means then after death, Uttam Vidam. So Shankaracharya has given the meaning Mahad Adi Tattva Vidam. The knower of in Sankhya philosophy they are Mahad Tattva. We say is a Hiranyagarbha, they call Mahad Tattva, the knower of them. Iti etad lokan amalan. The meaning of amalan, we can say malarahitan, absence of all impurities. And lokan means words. Pratipadyate prapnoti, they will get. Iti etad, in this way. Same way, what happen if we die or a person dies when Rajoguna is predominant? It says, Rajasi pralayam gatva. A person dies when Rajoguna is predominant. Karma sangishu jayate. They are not going in Uttam Vidan Lokan, but in the people where they are highly connected with activities or action. So we may say human being. Human beings are most active. In such family, they are born, karma sangishu. And among human beings also, one who are highly active, karma sangishu, jayate, and tatha, same as tamasi pralinaha. When tamogun is predominant, pralinaha means a person dies. Then jayate, that person is born where? Mudha yonishu, with reference to Mudayoni. Mud means delusion. When they have no proper discrimination, Shankaracharya has given all animal yoni, where they have no free will. In such birth, they will get. So Rajasi Gune. So when Rajoguna Vivruddhe is predominant, Pralayam is equal to Maranam. When the person Maranam Gatva means when they get death, Karma Sangishu. The meaning of Karma Sangishu means Karma Asakti Yukteshu, who are always attached, total attached. Asakti is given. So they are asaktaha, they are totally attached with karma. And who are these people? Manusheshu. Devtas are not karma sangha. They are doing their duty, but they are not totally attached. I have to do, not like this. Same, no animals because they are programmed. But only human beings, there are so many desire to fulfill desire, they keep on doing different activity. That's why Shankaracharya says, karma yonish, karma asakta. They are totally attached with karma. Such people is born tatha, same way tadvat evam pralinaha mrutaha. When person pralinaha is given here, the what is the meaning of pralinaha? One who is died. Where? Tamasi. When in tamoguna vivruddhe means when tamoguna is predominant, what will happen? Mudhayonishu, like Pashu, Adi Yonishu. 8 different yonis like Pashu, birds, animals, any yoni. They are born, where they have to not think much. And in before 16th verse, Shankaracharya has said, Atita shloka arthasya eva sankshepaha uchyate. The brief is again said. Sankshepaha means brief. Uchyate is being said, of whom Atita shloka arthasya. The meaning of the previous verse, same Bhagavan has repeat again. It is given the brief in one shloka. And what is the result if Sattva Guna is there? What is the result if Rajoguna is there? And what is the result if Tamoguna is there? So Sukrutasya karma. Sukrut Sushtu Krutam. It is called Sukrutam, which is done very well. It's called Sukruta. Whenever Sukrut come, it's called Sushtukrutam. That's why sometimes they called Punyam also Sukrutam. But why they called Punyam Sukrutam? Because it's done very well. And this karma, which is done very well, the result is Nirmalam. It is without any impurities, and that is called Satvikam. They will get Sattva result when there is no impurities. This is the result of Sattvika karma. Again, what is the result of Rajoguna? If karma we have done with predominant of Rajoguna, the Bhagavan has said, Rajasaha tu phalam dukkham. The Rajoguna give the result is a pain. And why pain? Because Rajoguna means lots of activity. And if lots of activity is there all the time, we cannot fulfill whatever we have desired. And the result won't come according to our expectation. It will always give the pain. That's why Rajasahatu phalam dukkham. And last Bhagavan says, Agnanam tamasah phalam. Here Agnanam tamasah phalam. The result of tamo guna is nothing but mere ignorance. Because of ignorance only, the person doesn't do anything. So it's called Agnanam. And Shankaracharya has given the result and he says, Karmanaha sukrutasya. Sukrutasya is 6 by 1, Karmanaha is 6 by 1. So Sukrutaha Karmanaha. The meaning is Satvikasya, which is always with Satvika. But Sukrutaha means good karma. Ahuhu is given here. The meaning of Ahuhu means is say, they say. So the Ahuhu, who say this? The Bhagavan says, Shankaracharya ji, Shishtaha, wise people. They say, Satvikam evam nirmalam phalam. The good people are people with wisdom. They say the result of sattva guna or well done karma is the result is without any impurities. And because of that only they will go nirmalan lokhan. Because it is given, they will get nirmala phala. And rajasaha tu phalam dukkham. Rajasaha, tu means whereas, rajasasya karmanaha, a karma which we have done having rajoguna predominant, what is the result? So Bhagavan says, is dukkham only, it is a pain, because all the time we cannot fulfill what we have desired. Iti artha. And Shankaracharya has written, Karma adhikarat phalam api dukkham eva. Because here karma is predominant, so phalam is also painful only. Because karana anurupyat. Because karan means the reason why we are fulfilling why we are doing duty and why we are doing karma, because there must be some desire. Because of desire, we perform karma, and because we perform karma, it never gives the same result what we have expected. That's why karana anurupyat. Because of the reason, rajasameva. Because karan is desire, there is ichha, and this desire may be not all the time sattvika. Anurupyat, result eva, also rajasameva. So too tatha. So tatha means so too agnanam tamasaha. So the ignorance is tamasaha means tamasasya karmanasya, in which have been done adharmasya, which is not with dharma. Even sometimes they don't perform any karma, but here Shankaracharya has put adharma. Even doing not our duty is also adharma. Negligence is also adharma. That's why Shankaracharya might have kept this adharma word. Purvavat, there is no much give explanation. Everything is explained previously. It is called Purvavat. Purvavat, I have explained everything. So nothing much to talk about this tamo guna or all guna. That's why he says adharmasya tamasasya karmana. So suppose just I have a think. Where is it here? Here? So agnanam tamasa phalam. So somewhere we have today we saw, no? Here somewhere. So this aprakashaha, apravrittihi, pramadaha, mohaha. Because of this quality, aprakashaha, dullness, apravrittihi means the person doesn't do any activity, means it is following adharma. Apramadah also negligence of our swadharma, and moha because of delusion person doesn't work proper karma. This everything is base. Apravrutti, pramadah and moha, these are the base, and because of this base whatever is done is called adharma. That's why Shankaracharya has written adharma. So agnanam tamasah tamasya karmanah adharmasya purvavat. What is born because of which guna? Kim cha gunebhyah bhavati. What is born out of which guna? The same thing. Bhagavan has said, Satvat samjayate gnanam rajasah lobha evacha pramadamoho tamasah bhavatah agnanam evacha. So what is born out of sattva guna? Sattvat gnanam sanjayate. Out of sattva guna, knowledge always born, because mind is free. And rajasah lobha evacha. From rajoguna, greed sanjayate is born. Pramada moho is dual. So pramada is negligence, moha. Pramad and moha is delusion. So negligence and delusion out of tamasah, out of tamo guna bhavatah. They are born. And agnanam. And why this pramada? Why this negligence and delusion? Bhagavan says, because of ignorance only. They don't know what is to be done, what is not to be done. Agnanam evacha. And again I would like to say, whenever say sattva guna, it is not black and white. Even sattva guna predominant, there are something portion of rajoguna also. Sattvat labdha atmakat sanjayate sam upadyate gnanam. So gnanam sam upadyate. The knowledge is born properly. From whom? Sattvat. And what is the meaning of sattva? Shankaracharya says labdha atmakat. Atmakat. It is the atmakat. Labdha, having gain. Atmakat means meaning, the meaning is because of this own guna, labdha, having received atmakat. If we say now what is the meaning of atmakat, so you can see like this. Here. Bhashyam. So sattvat means from sattva, when it is predominant, sanjayate is born, knowledge is gnanam, and knowledge acquired through sense organs. So they have not given the meaning of atmakat. But meaning of atmakat means because of one's own nature, labdha, have gained. That's why they put here sense organ. But really speaking, if you see here, I cannot make it big. I can make big. So knowledge acquired through sense organ, it is called labdha atmakat. Labdha means acquired, atmakat means through sense organ. Gnanam upajayate. Same way, rajasah lobha evacha. From rajoguna, greed is born. Pramada moho cha ubho. Both of them. What are the names? Pramada, negligence, and moha, delusion. Tamasaha, bhavataha. They are born out of tamoguna. And agnanam evacha bhavati. Because of this tamoguna, there is only ignorance only. Tamaha eva bhavati. And this is the last, Bhagavan has said, what will happen to Sattvastaha. So one who are remaining in Sattva Guna, what is the Gati? One who is Rajasa, what is their Gati? Again the same thing but in different way. So there is a Tejomayananda. Everybody knows who are the Chinmay Mission chief. Before many years, he was traveling in the train and somehow he got the berth, upper berth. But he doesn't like to go, but since he has got upper berth, then he has given some good reason. He says, Sattvastaha urdhvam gacchanti. He says, one who are predominant in Sattva Guna, they always used to go up. That's why I have got upper berth. But Sattvastaha, Sattva Gune Tishthantaha, one who are remain in Sattva Guna, like Gruhasthaha Gruhe Tishtati. Sattvasthaha Sattve Tishtati. One who abides in Sattva Guna, where they go after death, Urdhvam Gacchati. They will reach in upper world. Madhye Tishthanti Rajasaha. The Rajoguna predominant people, Madhye. So we know there are 7 up, 7 down. 7 up. And Pujya Swamiji says 7 down. Patala Loka are also 7. And here 7. We are middle one. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Jana, Tapas, Satyam are Urdhva. Patala Loka are Adho. And we are middle, Madhye. That's why it is given here, Madhye. In Prithvi Loka, Rajasaha Tishtanti, because they have to do lots of work. And Jaganya Guna Vrittasthaha. The meaning of the Jaganya is the lowest. This is called lowest. So this Tamo Guna, because of the predominance of Tamo Guna, it considered as a Jaganya. Sometimes say Jaganya Aparadha, means the offend Jaganya means which is not very lowly. It is called Jaganya. So one who are abiding in the lowest quality of Guna, and who are those people? Tamasaha. So they are tamasic people. Adaha gacchanti. They go down, means they will get this Muda Yoni. So Tamasaha, they are the adjective of Tamasaha. These people are Jaganya Guna Vrittasaha. They are abiding in the lowest quality. They will go after death down Adaha gacchanti. Urdhvam gacchanti. What is the meaning of Urdhvam? Shankaracharya has given Devaloka Adishu. After death, these are born as a exalted jiva. All Deva Yoni are nothing but exalted Yoni. So start from Devaloka up to Brahmaloka. Maha Janaha Tapaha and this Satyam. Deva Yoni considered as a Suvarloka. And these all are called Adi. So we can consider these all Yonis. Utpadyante, they are born. Whom Sattvasthaha, who are predominant in Sattva Guna. So Sattva Guna Vrittasthaha, one whose conduct always in Sattva Guna is called Vrittasthaha. Then Madhye Tishthanti Rajasaha. So Madhye Tishthanti. So what is the meaning of Madhye? Shankaracharya says, Manusheshu, our lot is Madhya, Rajasaha Utpadyante. And Jaganya Guna Vrittastaha, this lowest quality, the lowest guna, Vrittastaha, one who are abides in this lowest quality, these people are called Jaganya. So Shankaracharya says, just split this samasa, this compound, and he says, Jaganya cha asau gunaha cha jaganya gunaha. Karma dharai samas. He says, Jaganyasya asau guna. The quality which is very lowly, this is called Jaganya gunaha. And this is tamaha, tamo guna, tasya vritam. One whose conduct like this, tamo guna predominant, with whom, again he is repeated, nidra, alasya, adihi, with predominant of sleep and laziness, slothfulness. Tasmin sthitaha, one who abides in this, these people are called Jaganya Guna Vrittastaha. Their people are called Jaganya Guna Vrittastaha. Who are those? Mudhaha. They are totally deluded people. Mudhastaha. They will go adhogachanti. In meaning of adhogachanti is pashu adishu utpadyante. They are born in this Pashwadi yonishu. Pashwadishu. They are born as animal, they are birds, etc. Who are these? Tamasaha. This tamogun predominant people. So here, now Bhagwan will say, how can we come out from this gunatitaha? How can we become gunatitaha is given here. But before going this, I would like to show this is total guna chart. So in this up to 9 we have finished how many? 18. So what we have seen? So we have seen first is the nature of sattva guna, nature of rajo guna, and nature of tamo guna. So nature of sattva guna is being pure, it is free from affliction. Anamayaha prakashakam, it is given. Rajoguna ragatmakam viddhi, it is given. So deep longing and strong attachment. So it is always connected with Trushna Asangam. It is given in Shloka Trushna. And here Asangam. They are, it's a nature, and Tamu Guna is product of ignorance. And delusion is the nature of Tamo Guna. The method of binding, how these three gunas can bind us. So he says, Gnana Sangena Badhanati, Sukha Sangena Badhanati. It is given in Shloka. So this Rajoguna binds the person with Gnanam, with knowledge. And we have seen more and more knowledge, more and more we feel how much we are ignorant. And same way with happiness, the happiness which is born out of the object, and we are dependent on that object, that's why it is binding, it binds with the happiness. Rajoguna bind the person with action, and Tamoguna bind the person with carelessness, slothfulness, sleep, nidrabihi, alasya nidrabihi. They are bind. What are the indication? How can we know now tamoguna, sattva guna is predominant? So Bhagavan has said, all senses are bright, alert to grasp sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakashah upajayate gnanam tada sattvam iti uttata. This is the meaning. And what are the indication? When Rajoguna is predominant. This is greed, physical restlessness, mental restlessness, longing, and initiation of activity are the indication. And dullness, inaction, carelessness, and delusion are the indication of tamoguna predominant. Next birth, where we will get next birth, if sattva guna is predominant, so it says if sattva guna born as an exalted jiva in highest world, which is free from impurity, amalan lokan pratipadyate. If rajoguna predominant, karma sangishu jayate. So they are born, those are committed to the action only. In such family they are born. Tamoguna is there, born in the womb of those who have no discriminative faculty, are called the tamoguna predominant. Result of guna, what will give what? So what is the result of sattva guna? Bhagavan says, free from distress is the result of sattva guna. Result of rajoguna is gives pain because of too many desire and strong attachment. And ignorance is the result of tamas. And last, what is born out of what? Sattva guna, if predominant, knowledge is born, greed is born from rajoguna, and carelessness, delusion, ignorance are born from tamoguna. So in one chart, everything is covered. Now Bhagavan will say, how can we come out from this all? So if we say, this is the verse in which Bhagavan says, Na anyam gunebhyah kartaram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param vetti madbhavam sodigacchati. One who can understand them, I am beyond the gunas. Such person, Bhagavan says, madbhavam adhigacchati. That person will get me, my original nature, my original swarupa, which is in the form of consciousness. But Shankaracharya has given beautiful bhashyam before that. What is the why we are keep on, we have one by one too many births? Shankaracharya has given the reason. He says here, Purushasya प्रकृतिस्थत्वरूपेण मिथ्याज्ञानेन युक्तस्य भोग्येषु गुणेषु सुख दुःख मोहात्मकेषु सुखी दुःखी मूढः अहमस्मि इति एवं रूपः यः संगः तत्कारणं पुरुषस्य सत् असत् योनि जन्म प्राप्ति लक्षणस्य samsarasya. So this samsara is prapti lakshanasya. If we go from the back, this samsara is in the form of obtaining sat, asat, yoni. There are different type of species. Like sat means good, asat means which is not good. All species janma prapti. In such species we are getting the birth. Why? He says the reason is nothing but sangaha tat karanam. We are always connected with, we are attached. The attachment is karanam, is the cause of purushasya, of the person who sansarasya. Purushasya sansarasya karanaha, what? Yah sangaha. One who is attached, and attached with whom? Three gunas. Sattva, Rajas and Tamo Guna. So Sangaha means attachment may be with Sattva Guna, with Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. So when in us Sattva Guna is predominant, we consider us as a Sukhi, because always Sukha Sangena Badhanati. Sattva Guna, the person thinks I am very happy. Rajas is Dukhi. We are connected with the pain, because Rajoguna always keep us active. Too much karma, and sometimes this karma gives the pain. So yah sangah rajogунेन person dukhi bhavati, yah sangah sattvagunेन person sukhi bhavati, and yah sangah tamogунेन mudha person is deluded. And person thinks, Shankaracharya says, aham asmi, I am. And who am I? Sukhi aham, dukhi aham, mudah aham. So in one person's life also, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are unhappy, sometimes totally deluded. This is because evam rupaha yasangaha, because we are attached with different these three gunas and give the feelings I am happy, unhappy and delusion. And this considering oneself I am sukhi, dukhi and mudaha means happy, unhappy and deluded. Why? He says because of the guneshu, because of these three gunas. And gunas qualities, Shankaracharya is very smart. Always he referred three. He says this guna is in the Atmakeshu, is in the form of Sukha, Dukkha and Moha. He always use three. When Sukha comes, meaning is Sattva Guna. Dukkha comes, Rajo Guna. Moha comes, Tamo Guna. So these all gunas are in the form of happiness, unhappiness, pain and delusion. Bhogeshu, when we experience. And who experience yuktasya manushyasya? This purushasya yuktasya. Here also purushasya yuktasya. And why is yuktasya with all gunas mithyajnanena? Because of the wrong knowledge. Because of the knowledge which is not correct. And where this guna is available, prakruti sthatva rupena, which when we say prakruti stha means prakrityam tishtati. These all gunas are abide in all prakriti, in the form of the prakriti, which are abiding in the prakriti. And because of this wrong knowledge, person identify with these gunas, and because they are identified with this guna, then new entity comes, like happy, dukhi means I am in pain and I am total deluded. This is because of our identification with guna. And this is only reason, tat karanam, yah sangaha, this total association with guna is the cause of sat asat yoni. This is the cause of good or bad yonis species, and this is called janma prapti lakshanasya samsarasya. This is the characteristic of samsara. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya says everything is given previously. So if I read this whole, iti samasena purva adhyaye yad uktam tad iha sattvam rajastama iti gunaha prakriti sambhavaha. Iti ataha arabhya gunaswarupam gunavrittam savruttena cha gunanam bandhakatvam gunavritta nibaddhasya purushasya ya gatihi iti etat sarvam mithyagnanam अज्ञानमूलं बन्धकारणं विस्तरेण उक्त्वा अधुना सम्यक् दर्शनात् मोक्षः वक्तव्यः इति आह भगवान्. So tomorrow we will see this whole description, but Shankaracharya ji says everything is also described in previous chapter, in 13th chapter also, and until now in this 14th chapter, all gunas are described, but now, adhuna, because of the vision of oneness, moksha, the liberation is being said. And how person can be liberated? A person who never identify with the sattva, all three gunas. And how can it possible? We will see tomorrow. Any question? No question?
Hari Om Ramani
Ah, yes, Meda. Yes. Any question?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Okay. You said Jaghan Aparada,
Jaganya Aparadha.
and you said that, I didn't understand. Lowest means like
Lowly, no, which is not good. Suppose to killing
no,
someone is called lowly. It is called Jaganya.
okay, like the worst kind of crime.
Yeah, worst type of. Always in our Gujarati or Hindi language, we say Jaganya Aparadha, which cannot be, we cannot give any type of, sometimes court gives, let me that person free. But that's a person who has offended too much worse crime, he never be come out from the jail. It's called Jaganya. Same with Tamo Guna.
Okay.
Because of delusion, sometimes it's called Jaganya. Tamo Guna is not good. That's why I say Jaganya Guna Vrittastaha.
And one more question. This Bhashyam, the last Bhashyam
Tomorrow we will see
you
again,
just did.
because I have got quickly, but still we will see tomorrow. It will come. Take time. Yeah.
The it was Sukha Dukha Atmakeshu, Moodha Atmake.
This one, no?
What is Atmakeshu?
In the
Yeah,
form,
that one.
in the form of.
Moha Atma.
Yeah, whenever Atmaka come
In the form.
the end of the word, the meaning is in the form of. So this guna are in the form of Sukha, Dukkha and Moha. Because before that, this Guneshu, this guna, which type of guna? These are the adjective of guna, which are in the form of Sukha, Dukkha and Moha, in the form of. This why whenever the end of, suppose it says Dukhatmaka Jagat, if we say this word is the form of Dukha. So Dukhatmaka, whenever Dukha plus Atmaka comes at the end of the word, one word only, but second word is Atmaka, it is always in the form of, in Sanskrit, grammatically.
I have one more question, but I can ask tomorrow also. It's
You can
just
ask.
a general question.
General, you can ask, no problem.
Okay, so generally we say three loka or threen lokan, like that it comes. What are those three words?
Bhuhu,
Which
bhuva,
are
suvaha. Generally, in general, they say bhuhu, bhuva, suvaha. But when they talk about lokas, then they 7 up lokas, 7 down lokas. So,
but how come only these three are mentioned out of 7?
because I think they say when we say bhuhu, bhuvaha, suvaha, they say bhuhu means our earth. Then bhuvaha is between Svargaloka and bhuhu, they called as a bhuvaha. And Suvaha they call as a Svargaloka. But in there, they call also Vyahruti also sometime. In Veda, Vyahruti means, Yavyahruti. And sometimes they call Loka also. But in Upanishad also they say there are only not 3 lokas, there are total 14 lokas. But sometimes they say 3, sometimes they say it's 14. But 14 lokas, to go to more higher places, at that time they mention this 7 up and lower, they say Atala Vital Sutal all Patala. It's 7 down. Like that.
Okay, so in Trinloka, does this Suvaha include the other higher ones also, or no?
No. Only Devaloka. Only Devaloka. Even in Taittiriya Upanishad, there are the comparison of Ananda. They have given many lokas. But meaning there only, even you go any lokas, you have to come back. Even you go up to Satya Loka, you have to come back. Because without Gnanam, person cannot be liberated. That is only their point of view. So according to Vedanta, I can say, but according to Purva Bhaga, how many is 7 up, 7 down, they say in which manner, that I have not much studied. According to Vedanta, they say there are person can go up to the Satya Loka. And Satya Loka, doing too much upasana, they can be liberated from there. It is called Krama Mukti. But to reach Satya Loka, it is not that much easy. They have lose lots of upasana. Then Pujya Swamiji used to say, why we have to worry about to reach Satya Loka? Why cannot we have that same Gnanam here? They say there Brahmaji teaches Tattvamasi. Here local Guru will teach Tattvamasi. Message is the same. Need not to reach there.
My doubt was because always 3 lokas, always 3 worlds, they are mentioned like that many times in Kavs. And why others are excluded? Why only these 3 get mentioned?
No, in Vedanta there are mentioned many. But in our Gayatri, Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha, that's why they are counting 3 lokas. Because it is very, very popular, Gayatri. That's why they are mentioning 3 lokas. Otherwise, there are many lokas.
Yeah, like why the others didn't get mentioned, I was thinking that's all.
Because in Gayatri, we can't say Om Satya Bhu Bhu Bhu, which is long, no? That's why they have taken only 3. Even they take also these all 3 words as a Vyavruti for Upasana purpose. So if we
But
go
even in Sandhyavandanam, it comes, Swaminiji, Om Bhuva Bhuva Swa Mahajana, then,
yeah, it's come, no? Yeah. But for Gayatri is only 3. Otherwise, in Sandhya
yeah, Gayatri only 3.
In Gayatri can be done by all people. Sandhya Vandanam can be done by Brahmanas, maybe. So it is a long, they have to do for a long time, then they can understand this. But it is mentioned, person. Any question?
Swaminiji, can you please send that Guna table you made? Very nice it is.
I will put in our group, our online group. So you can, yeah, everything can be covered into, yeah, I will send definitely. Okay. So can we do Purnamada? Om Purnam
Om Namada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaye Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.